All right, welcome into Extra Time. Oh, what a crew, what a set. Nathan, why are you looking at me like that?
I'm just waiting to see what you're going to say next.
Oh, I'm just going to read the questions.
Please.
It's been a fun day. Are you going to tell everyone how you got hangry and threatened our producers?
Listen, it's been a fun day. City won 4-0. My job is easier on
You
the
were
show.
slightly rattled, though.
No. That'll be you watching United tomorrow.
That would be me. Oh, I don't know. Shall we get in, right? Stevie Nichol's personal assistant. Let's all overreact together. Oh, I love me an overreaction. City are back and Lamine Yamal will win the 2026 Ballon d'Or.
Well, the second one's probably going to be right.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not really an overreaction. We're on course.
No, City are somewhat back. They've shown that not only can they go forward, but they can defend as well. So in some way, they're back. Not all the way back, but certainly taking a step in the right direction.
Nadim, are they back?
They're much better. But let's just focus on Lamine Yamal, because the football side of things, it's the first game, whatever, but this is 2 years of Lamine Yamal doing the craziest things.
Yeah.
At 18 years of age.
I know we didn't get to talk about it. You wanted to touch on his goal today.
Yeah, so there's some players you play against where, you do the best that you can, you try and sense when they're going to cross it, when they're going to shoot and so on. But for his goal today, there were 3 defenders that were adamant they were going to stop him. They were adamant. They had to bet their life that they're going to stop him. But he still ended up with a free shot on the edge of the box on his left foot. So it should feel obvious, but the way he manipulates the ball, the sort of the fake, and then the finish at the end, he knows once he's inside, it's cash. That's one of the best players in the world and will be for the next decade.
If he stays fit, I don't think there's any question that he has a tremendous opportunity to be a generational player,
Yeah, and to add to that as well, which they said in the broadcast, they said he was just arguing one of the
they got a little pushing her. He pushed him,
so
and he gets angry.
I've been thinking this 18-year-old, like, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? And then Eric Garcia was like, that's when you know he's going to score.
Yeah.
That is wild. That's a proper talent.
You can't defend against them.
Yeah.
Because you have to get tight. You don't have a choice. Because if you don't get tight, he's either still going to pick out the top corner or he's going to pick out somebody else. So you actually have no choice but to actually get tight. But his feet are so quick and he's so good running with the ball at his feet that unless you actually catch him or get the ball, you're out of the game, you're done.
Right. The one thing I like seeing about it too is that he's an unselfish player where you try to then say, okay, let's bring the midfielder back, kind of double team him, which then will leave openings that he'll find as well. So, okay, he'll take either both of them on and beat them and score, or he'll take both of them on, draw a third over, and then just bring an open player into play as well. And I think, again, if ego stays in touch, health stays in the right direction, sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit indeed. So I don't think that one was an overreaction of Lamine Yamal. I think it may be one of what could be many Ballon d'Ors we could see the young man win. James Handel now is asking, Amorim is now having players arrive. Oh, actually, I did skip one. Oh, sorry, this one's for Nadim. That's why I skipped it. Nadim, do you think...
Look at this. No, carry on.
Nadim from Mr. Church wants to know, do you think Cherki will end up replacing Foden?
Replacing him long term?
Yes.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think there's more of a way that those two can play together than it be one or the other. Because Phil Foden, in terms of how well he's done for City till this point, but also what he stands for in terms of the history of the football club as an academy graduate, there's no shot that's what's going to happen. There's no way. I promise you that. Clip this up. There's no way it's going to happen. No way. There's no way it's going to happen.
But I think one thing that will look like from today, with Grealish out and Bob fit, Bob, I think, has a chance to really establish himself from what I saw today.
Bob, then?
Bob what? Bob's your uncle. What? What Bob are you talking about?
It was for Nadim, Stevie, but what do you think of the whole Phil Foden thing?
Yeah, Foden's
No shot.
Foden's still ahead of everybody else if he's fit.
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
All right, there you have it. Next question now, because it has to do with Ruben Amorim. Amorim is now having players arrive 2 hours before kickoff instead of 4 hours under Ten Hag. What's the sweet spot to arrive to prepare? Your experience with different managers. Stevie?
Well, it's not 4 hours.
It's not 4 hours.
Too
It's
much?
definitely not 4 hours.
Gosh. You talk about dulling somebody's mind, having them lying around, sat in the spot in the dressing room like that, looking at the ceiling. till it's time to get changed and get out. I mean, it makes no sense to me whatsoever. In fact, 2 hours is probably about right, just in case there's traffic or there's something not quite right. But personally, I prefer an hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
That was normally what an away trip you did. You try to get there about an hour and a half. A home is a little bit different, like you said, particularly if you're maybe driving yourself, if you're not like at the hotel or training site or something like that before you come in, just to give yourself a little bit of a cushion, like Stevie said. But yeah, the last thing you want to do is and also I think with home, it's like, if I want to drive myself there and get myself there 2 hours early, and if Stevie wants to get there an hour and a half early, then it goes down to the comfort of the player. And I think that's what's happening now, even with team meals. Yep. There's a your pre-match meal, there's a window. Go in when you want your pre-match meal. So I think that, but to be there for 4 hours, oh my Lord, what are you going to do for 4 hours?
Did you have any managers that were too much on either way?
So with Mark Hughes, when he was at Man City, we used to have to get to the stadium to have the pre-match meal. And then we'd stay there for the whole time. So that's 3.5 hours. And it's very specific. It wasn't like a window. And that did feel quite early because, as Stevie said, like, it's the waiting around. Like, one of the downsides of traveling, and this isn't necessarily for playing in the USA because it's a very different situation, but for away games elsewhere, you just spend so much time just waiting around. You don't know what to do with yourself. So that's when some of the more immature people, their minds start to wander and put themselves
But never you.
Never be me.
Never you.
Never be me.
You know, one of the
Stevie,
things,
yes, though.
one of the things that irritated me the most was when they made us go for a walk.
Oh, the walk at the hotel. Oh my gosh.
I used to drive me insane.
It's the worst. Alexis, do you know about this?
The hotel walks? No.
Yeah.
But I have seen
just
it a
to
few
get you
times.
out and moving. And one thing I liked about when I went to Rio with Juan de Ramos was there was that idea of, if you want to go for a walk, go for a walk.
Yeah.
If you want to lie in bed, the judgment is you should be professional enough to know what you need for the match. And I'm going to judge you on your performance. I'm not going to. Well, now, Stevie, now there's like all kinds of like, they're going to get a conference room at the hotel because now you're going to do activation with bands and all kinds of, and you're like going, I'm watching guys now and I'm going, you've played a match before you've actually started the match. Because you've had this walk and this activation, and then you're doing all these runs and you're doing all this stuff.
At least with activation, you could argue there's some level of science behind it, but the walk, like, we'd be having a pre-match meal at like 11:30 for a 3 o'clock game. At 11:15, it says, right, let's meet in the lobby, let's go for a walk.
Just
you walk
brisk
around
walk?
the car park, and then walk back inside and go and get your food.
But are these in like luxury hotels that have their own garden?
It makes no
If it's a
difference.
nice garden, it's fine. I love a garden walk.
I had one coach on the walk, right? So the hotel would be in the city, and we'd be rocking around the city, right? And there's all kinds of homeless people lying all over the
That was
place.
Portland with the Sounders. We'd be walking around Portland getting accosted by the homeless.
Well, not only that, he made us stop and have a stretch.
Oh, yeah,
So you go,
yeah.
so like, we're walking in the middle of the city, and you're looking for somewhere to put your leg up so you can go like that.
Oh, he can get his leg up.
It was like, what are we doing here? On a stupid walk, and then he wants to stretch. What for?
So to get back to the original question, Amarim saying 2 hours is probably better for vibes.
It's best.
Because I think the best one for me is when a manager says, this is what time we'll be having a meeting at the stadium.
Yes.
And you have to be there for the meeting. If you want to turn up a day before, do that. You need to make sure you're there for that time because that's the important time when everyone needs to be together.
Yep.
All right, so you just need to find that happy balance. Hope that answered your question there. We learned that Stevie can still kind of stretch as well. Yeah, you got out there quickly, Stevie.
Oh, too quick.
Oh, my days. Next question now from Manchester Drake. Despite bringing in a few big-name players this summer, like Mateus Cunha, Mbuemo, Shesko, Manchester United still have struggled to actually sell any notable players. How do you rate Man United's summer transfer business? Go on, Stevie, lay it out.
That's a tough one. Well, they clearly needed help going forward. So you can say they've addressed that. So, but you need a midfield. You need a back line.
A goalkeeper.
You need a goalkeeper. So,
And you need to get rid of certain players.
So you've actually taken a step forward. The problem is, it's not a big enough step forward.
I think,
it's in the and it's 3 players in one area. How about you got one up front, one in the middle, and one at the back, and then you get a gut for your team that's solid, that you can build round and work with, instead of just going buying strikers who, if the midfield don't get them the ball, it doesn't matter how good they are at sticking the ball in the back of the net.
yeah, I think part of the answer is in the question that it really felt that they needed to get rid of not only players, but those players' wages.
Yes.
And recoup some of the transfer fee that they paid for these players that didn't work out, and able to bring in the numbers that they really felt they needed. But the players didn't do well enough to have other clubs wanting to come in and say, hey, let's not only absorb the high wages, but also have to pay for those high wages. And then the player going, wait a minute, if I'm only going to make half, I'm not going anywhere. Good luck with that.
So, benefit of the doubt, the window's not closed yet.
Yep.
True.
So,
But it's leaving it a little too late for certain players, you think?
No, I don't think so. When you see the amount of business that's done in like even the final day or the final minutes of the final day, I think they've got other ambitions.
We've got any
And what
money.
that does.
They'll find it from somewhere. They
Well,
tend to.
right, and what that does as well is it gives a couple matches for teams to go, wait a minute, we need to fix something as well. So here, maybe we can get a little better bargain from Manchester United, and we think we can fill a void that we've seen in our side that is missing.
So what are we thinking, like a resounding C as a mark, as a grade?
I don't like to comment on Man United, I'm afraid.
Oh.
I'll leave that to the other two.
Why don't you? That's why we brought you in, though.
I don't do grading. You tell me. You're the United fan. Are you happy?
I think a C.
Okay, C's good for me.
I think you still have to deal with the Garnacho issue, what's going on there, Jadon Sancho, etc.
Yeah, C.
So I think a C.
C. C.
But
C?
I think Stevie made the right point, though, is that you only fulfilled kind of one zone when you needed multiple zones.
But it was a zone that was
fix.
desperately needed.
Because they weren't shifting goals in the back either.
Yeah.
Just
Casey, we're trying to, we're going in stages. Gosh, can't wait for the new season. Bring it on.
Yeah.
Anders wants to know, Stevie and Nadum, have you ever scored a goal where an opposing player or teammate was clearly injured in the penalty box?
Have I ever scored a goal?
Has Nadum ever scored a goal,
Stevie, you
period?
take this one, please.
When what?
When an opposing player or one of your teammates was down injured in the penalty box, you just kind of,
Not that I remember, but it wouldn't make any difference.
you'd still go and score.
Of course you would.
Yeah, I didn't really find myself in that area very often.
Yeah.
I didn't play that Spurs style when I played, so I tended to be mostly on the halfway line.
Score first and then worry about it later.
Oh, okay. Love that.
Absolutely, aye. No danger.
Yeah, I thought Flick was right when he said, look, we've all been taught to play until the whistle goes. We've heard that since we were kids. And yes, and if the referee blows it back, he blows it back. But you don't stop just because somebody's down.
That's on the referee, to be honest. It's not on the players.
All right, next question. This one's for Nadum. They're coming in for Nadum today, man.
Oh, let's go, let's go.
All right, Nadum, what are the percentage chances that you give for Sunderland to stay up and West Ham to go down this season?
Ooh.
Percentages. You love your stats and numbers.
Sunderland staying up. Obviously, they beat West Ham today, quite convincingly, but I think right now I'm still going to put them at maybe 25% chance, which is probably quite high for a newly promoted team. And then in terms of West Ham going down, I think lower. I just don't think West Ham will go down. I think they've got enough resources to be able to address the issues, so I'll probably put them at like 10% right now, even after that result.
Not the result they wanted, obviously, and there was some question marks on West Ham coming into the year. And going away from home and getting thumped by a newly promoted side isn't going to relieve
The mighty Mackhams, not just any newly promoted side.
It's not going to relieve any of the West Ham fans.
It's a long journey up there.
But yes, to have to come back. But I agree with Nadum. I think West Ham will probably be good. We'll be fine.
It's amazing because we know that Nadum bleeds City Blue, but to see him follow that Sunderland game, The
Listen, man.
flicker in your eyes. You came alive, Nadum.
Listen, I was only on Sunderland. I was at Sunderland for one season, but it's one of the most fun years like I've ever had. That was my first time stepping away from Man City, from being a kid to a professional. I loved it up there in the northeast. The fans, the atmosphere, everything was incredible. And in that season, the goal was to finish top 10, and we finished top 10 after beating West Ham on the final day of the season. So clearly, there's a bit of a history there.
Yeah.
So yeah, for them to be back up, I think that means that we get some really good northeast derbies, because that game between Newcastle and Sunderland, for me, is one of the best in English football. So it's good to see them back.
It's good to see.
Remember the old stadium, Stevie?
Aye.
Yeah.
It was always freezing with the wind.
I didn't know Scotsmen could freeze.
Oh, aye.
That's like Stoke to me.
We don't
Playing Stoke was the same.
run around the kilt. Of course we freeze.
Well, the next question is for our favourite Scotsman. Sorry, Craig. Stevie, is Richarlison's goal today a bicycle kick, a scissor kick, or a flying volley?
A flying volley.
Your categorization of these goals is always peculiar.
Yes, that's a flying volley.
The second one, flying volley, you think so?
Yeah. Well, he's left the ground, so he's flying, and it's a
So that's
the ball's off the floor.
Is that not scissor?
No.
More scissor?
No. A
So what's a scissor?
A scissor would be your legs crossing.
Did they not cross?
Well, that's what scissors do, right?
No,
Did
because
they
he
not
did
cross?
like that,
No, they
didn't
never.
he?
But he came.
He came.
No, he never. His left leg stayed on that side, and he swung his right leg.
To be fair, if you're analysing this like this, I can't even fault you.
Well,
Didn't even look at his leg.
he's gone in the air. He's using his
We're gonna
left
look
leg
at
for
it.
balance, and then he's whipped his right leg off. And because he's hitting it while it hasn't even bounced yet, that means it's a volley. So if he's flying in the air and he's volleyed it, it's called a flying volley.
Say no more. Flying.
There it is.
Pretty straightforward,
Flying
if you ask
volley.
me.
Simple.
All right, everyone's taking that.
Flying volley.
Flying volley. All right, there you have it. It's a flying volley. Final question now for Nadum and Stevie. Can you name all the clubs that Kasey played
Oh, boy.
for in his professional career? Now we're going to know
how many is
work
it?
friends.
How many?
He doesn't say, he's just asking.
How many is it?
7, 8.
So I'm gonna go
6.
Millwall, Leicester, Spurs, Gladbach.
Wow.
Nope, you missed one in between.
Do I know that one?
After Leicester, in between Spurs.
In England.
Nope.
In a sunny place.
Yeah, very simple.
Rayan.
Rayan Vallecano. Yep.
There was another Spanish team, though,
It's
wasn't
a team in
No.
team in the US.
Well,
there? Portland.
Portland, yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Oh, they don't
Sounders.
count.
Sounders, yeah.
Nadum, did you study Kasey before we got on today?
No,
So, but then there was also one you missed in England. I was signed with Tottenham. I went on loan for 4 matches before I went to Gladbach.
Fulham.
Dan Thomas used to work for him.
Southampton.
Southampton. I went to
Yeah, the
Southampton
sneaky
for 4
Southampton, yeah.
matches.
Wow.
Then I went there. Then after Gladbach, I came back to England for 1 more season.
Stevie, who was it?
Wimbledon.
Nope. A lot of Americans play there.
Fulham.
Fulham. I came back played 1 year
Of
at
course,
Fulham.
yeah, of course.
Oh no, you were going. You never
was
went.
close to going,
That's
yeah.
right, I remember, because I remember you telling
About
me.
Yeah.
teams in white.
So, and then came home to play for Seattle.
Stevie, how many could you have guessed? Nadum absolutely
Nadum's
blew me out
okay.
of the water.
Yeah.
Well done, brother.
Leicester.
Yeah. Don't leave
Leicester.
Kasey hanging.
Nice.
Leicester, Millwall, Gladbach.
Vallecano.
Yeah, Spurs.
Spurs, Vallecano.
Yeah.
Those
Those
four.
were the main.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't
And Seattle.
I would have
got
got Seattle.
Seattle,
Yeah.
yeah.
I would have got 5. They're the ones I wouldn't.
Say that.
All right, there you go. That was impressive, guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I am very much impressed. I hope that Anders is also very impressed with our knowledge of our co-hosts. Well, that's it for Extra Time. No more questions.
Where'd you come from?
Where did I come from? As in just like planet or?
Teddy, shut it down. Shut it down.
Shut it down.
Cut the feed. Cut the feed.
Shut it down. But watch us on ESPN FC. We're back tomorrow.